Petty Officer Samuel Planis.
Yep.
Fantastic. And then Gunny Sergeant Omar Rivera.
Hello.
They are here today to talk to us real quick, well, I say real quick in a very light sense, about part of our tournament we have coming up next month that is going to be for Toys for Tots. So, Petty Officer is all yours, sir.
All right. My name is Petty Officer Planis. I've been in the military 12 years. Gonna make it a long time. Retire. Hopefully, sit there with some of you guys. All said and done. But here's the deal with Toys for Tots. It was a program that began in Los Angeles, California, as a charitable effort back in 1947. Diane Hendricks, wife of Major Bill Hendricks, United States Marine Corps Reserve, had made a Raggedy Ann doll for needy children, but could not find an organization to help distribute. At that point, Major Hendricks was inspired and used the local Marine Corps reserves to help collect, coordinate, and distribute the toys. The first attempt wielded 5,000 toys. The following year, 1948, the Toys for Tots was launched as a national campaign. It has gone through many evolutions, but in 1991, Secretary of Defense authorized the creation and affiliation with the nonprofit charity foundation. In 1995, it was approved as the official mission for the Marine Corps Reserves. The Tots Foundation has collected and distributed more than 469 million toys as of 2013. If you've ever worked at a warehouse during distribution, you will see the hope, happiness, and a weight being relieved off the shoulders of families. From churches to single parents and families, I have seen their own personal miracles happen, with each child in the family receiving 3 toys each, to the lucky teenager receiving a bicycle they've always wanted. Your contribution will put the meaning of Christmas back into their lives. No gift is too big, no gift is too small, as we set the example for everyone to not give back, but to pay it forward to the next family in need. From everyone at Toys for Tots, I'd like to thank you for becoming part of our organization, and may the best angler win after your cast off.
Thank you so much, buddy. Anybody have any questions for him? Before I get started, gentlemen, I would like to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for your service.
Yeah. I have a question. What would you say is the most needed gift? Is it like, do they even need diapers? Are we just doing toys or?
Just toys.
Just toys.
Just toys.
Okay. And what is the most wanted toy, if you will? And what is the most popular age group?
It really depends on when we start collecting toys and what's been once we start sorting and collecting.
Okay.
That's when those of us that are working in the warehouse can tell what age group is needed the most.
Okay.
Normally it's about the teenagers, because the teenagers need more teenage type things instead of the Hot Wheels and things.
Gotcha.
Is there any way that you could email and let us know as we get closer to the tournament what you may be?
We're going to do one better. So because of that, the unknown need, for this tournament, of course, is the one lure tournament. Your entry fee can be 3 things. It can be a straight $25 check to Southshore Anglers, which we'll turn around and put one lump sum and give them. You can bring in a $25 gift card to Super Target, Walmart, Toys R Us, wherever. Whoever sells toys, bring a $25 gift card in. Or you can bring toys, unused toys, unwrapped toys of $25 value in as your entry fee. I would prefer that you bring in gift cards or write us a check. That way we're able to go, here's the money, after you get done sorting, go buy what you need. I think that is a better option because as you guys see it, the boxes all over the place, which there needs to be more. So if you own a business or you know of someone that owns a business, encourage them to get one of these Toy for Tots boxes. It's a huge, huge, huge blessing. But with that, we prefer either the gift cards or the actual cash. That way we can sit there and go buy what you need when it comes closer to the time. But it's completely up to you guys. But we ask if you do bring in gifts, that the gifts are unused, they are new, and they are in their original package. Do not wrap them or anything, because that way they can sort them and they can distribute them how they wish. The tournament is on the 5th. We have the captain's meeting is going to be at the alley over there off of Big Bend Road, the bowling alley, called the alley. That is going to be starting at 7 p.m. We're going to ask that all anglers be at the captain's meeting with their entry fee. The weigh-in is going to be at 3 p.m. on the 5th. In line by 3, the weigh-in is going to be at the alley. They've got the parking situated so that we can bring our boats or the whole 9 yards in there. We were kind of hesitant about parking for the boats, but he said he's got it figured out. So I'm going to let him have it figured out. So please, the weigh-in will be at 3. We might actually do something a little different on this one because it being that it's at the alley. I might contemplate because, of course, since it being the 5th of December, I'm not fishing the tournament because it's opening day of duck season. So I'm going to warn you, if it's before 10 a.m. and you come around any of this area flying, be prepared to hear some shots fired. Because I will be duck hunting in full force. So what we may do is, because I'm not going to fish the tournament, is that we are contemplating on, you're going to get your measuring, or you're going to get your token, your measuring device, and I'm going to probably give out my personal email address, so that way the email, you can email your picture in with the title being your name, your number, all that good stuff, information in there, that it comes here, and that way I'll have that before 3 a.m. because since it's going to cut an hour of your fishing time out to load your boat up and go all the way there. We might sit there and just say, okay, the entry, you have to have the picture turned in by 3 o'clock. That way it gives you a little bit of leeway, knowing that the announcements and everything are going to be at 4 o'clock. All of our announcements, announcing the winners and all that. I'm going to tell you, don't text me, don't email me, where do I stand, because I'm not going to tell you by email or text. You catch a fish, measure it, take a picture of it, email it, or bring it in to show. Either or. It's going to be 2 categories with a 3/4 slam component. Is for the longest trout and longest red, and then total length. So again, like last year, it's 3 categories, but it's really 2. But if Tony Prevette was here, Tony won both categories with 2 fish. So if you have the longest red, you win a prize. You have the longest trout, you win a prize. You have the longest combination, you win the 3rd prize. Which, did Tony win all 3?
He did. Yeah, he swept it.
The only one that won all 3.
I think he had a 14-inch trout too or something.
Yeah, on a 14. So if you think it's
That's
small, trust me, 14 inches won last year's longest trout. It was a tough day, but again, I don't know because I was duck hunting. It's always around duck season for some reason. Once I get done in Louisiana for IFA, I put the rods down because it wears you out. So we have first place prize being a $500 gift certificate to Loadmaster Trailer. Second place prize is a Wang anchor system. That is going to be for the longest trout. Third place prize is a weekend at Dream Inn. That's going to be for the longest red. Trying to think. The alley's going to have some food specials and buckets of Anheuser-Busch products on sale as well. So bring your appetite and bring your beer consumption ability coming. Even though I don't drink beer. But this is another prime example of a local charity that we're going to be able to see a local impact, because if I'm not correct, the toys gathered here will stay here.
Yes.
To the needy people here, to the needy families here in the South Shore. So it's not like we're jumbling all these toys up and they're being sent to some central location and they get divided across the country. Whatever we gather here will stay here. And as you guys know, there's a lot of needy families in this area. If you guys were around to do the Thanksgiving and the Christmas dinners that we've sat there and helped and provided for the meals to some of the families in the area, you'll see so many kids in this area that don't get a chance to have a full and joyful Christmas because they don't get to unwrap a present. So, let's really try to contribute to this, and let's really push on the attendees portion of it. Let's really tell everybody, you go to Toys R Us and you get $25 worth of toys. You bring it in. That's your entry fee. You can win a $500 gift certificate for a $25 entry fee. You can win a weekend stay at Anna Maria Island. There is no blackout dates for that. If he's got it available, it's yours, all yours. And 9 times out of 10, he's going to have it available. That's summer, that's spring break, that's fall, that's winter, whenever. And then on the Wang anchor system, it's an awesome alternative to the power pole. For those that don't want to spend $1,500 on a power pole, you get the Wang anchor system. You can mount it to the bow of your boat. You can mount it to the stern of your boat, stick it in the ground just like a power pole, except it uses good old-fashioned monkey grease instead of hydraulics. So, does anyone have any questions about that at all? Speak now forever. Yes, sir.
Gifts stay in the area. Okay.
Gifts stay in the area.
Money stays in the area.
Money stays in the area.
10-4.
Yep, what happens with the money, or if you do gift cards, is those of us that are working in the warehouse will take all the gift cards to wherever it is. Let's say, we have $50, $25 gift cards at Target. Somebody will volunteer, take all those gift cards to Target and go shop for the toys that we need for that age group, bring them back to the distribution warehouse, put them into groups, and then they'll go out to distribution centers in Hillsborough County. And then that's how the families will go out and get their gifts.
Do you guys need any volunteers to help distribute there? Is that all military based?
The distributing part, they already got centers set up. The biggest thing is just to get the word out for all the family you need to make sure they register. They register their kids.
Is there a website that they can register at, or is it something that they have to fill out a form?
There's a website. It's toysfortots.org. And then once you go in there, all you gotta do is just at the top click register for a toy. Then you pick the state of Florida, Hillsborough County, and you put your address, your information, and they'll tell you where to pick up the toy at. Mainly, most of the big areas that are going to be distributing are schools and things of that nature.
So if you guys are a member of churches, and you guys have churches that want to help organizations like this, let's get them involved. Say, hey, Pastor so-and-so, or Father so-and-so, or whatever your denomination is, let's get that incorporated, because nothing goes hand in hand in religion and military. So the more we help on this side, the more help they get on this side. So, any other questions? You gentlemen have anything else? No? Thank you guys again very much. Guys, please, let's really push this one. Of course, you know Dad's going to be pushing it on the radio, but we need more help from you guys, especially on the December and March tournament where we don't have such a big turnout. I really want to increase the turnouts for these, because these charities are just as important, if not more, as our other ones. Now granted, our September tournament was absolutely fantastic. Dad and I actually went to Super Target there in Brandon because they donated the TV that we raffled off. And we were able to buy, with the funds from the tournament, 17 iPads for Impact Academy. 17 iPads.
It made the lady that's in charge of the IT department cry.
Yep. That means every classroom will get 2 or more iPads per classroom, which is huge. Huge. So a big thank you for the Super Target. If you guys are ever in there, thank the manager, thank thank Jason, the assistant manager, that helped us find all 17 of them, because they only had like a handful of them there. And next thing you know, Dad's got a list of places to go, and of course, you know Dad, nothing else better to do. Gets in his truck and roll, being sarcastic. So, thank you guys so much for your support. Let's really get behind this one as well. This is really close to us because of our brother that's in the military as well, a Marine. This community really gets around this Toys for Tots. If you go to any of the local Southshore Chamber events, when it comes this time of year, they are really pushing Toys for Tots. If you walk into a business and they don't have a Toys for Tot box, talk to them about getting it. Tell them to call Dad, and Dad will let them know how he can get a box in there for them. All you got to do is give them Dad's information. Let's be honest. So,